for coming. My name is Yolanda Wilson, and I am co-publisher of Moguls Magazine for the Charlotte market and Director of Financial Intelligence for Moguls Lifestyle Network. At this time, I'd like to introduce Ms. Swan Simpson, who is an internationally acclaimed speaker, marketing strategist, and author of the best-selling book, Mind Hustle, which as of last night is available on Amazon.com as well as Kindle. So make sure you pick a copy of that up. It is in 7 different countries as well as in 2 different languages. She's the publisher of Moguls Magazine, which drops in the spring of 2014. And she's also the CEO of Swan Simpson Media Group, which is the company that specializes in helping individuals and organizations escape mediocrity and claim their brand greatness. With no further ado, I'd like to introduce Ms. Swan Simpson.
All right, thank you, Yolanda.
You're welcome, you're welcome.
Thank you. All right, well, thank you everyone for being here. I'm excited about the opportunity to kind of talk to you a little bit about what we're doing at Swan Simpson Media Group and Moguls Lifestyle Network. I got my own notes here. Everybody uses technology. I'm trying to get more into my iPad. I got the iPad Air here, so I'm trying to use it more often than paper. So I'm going to use my notes here. I hope that's okay with everybody. Good. Again, Moguls Magazine, Moguls Lifestyle Network. Those are 2 of our brands that we do here at Swan Simpson Media Group. And let me tell you a little bit more about our company, what we do. I'm going to write some things on the board, and we're going to talk about why the opportunity to work with our organization, either as an investor or coming on board on our sales team or coming on board as a part of our executive team, the reason that is so exciting for you. Let me tell you why that is. Anybody ever heard of Facebook?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Anybody ever heard of Google? Everybody ever heard of Amazon? Anybody ever heard of Candy Crush? The little video game, online video game. It's kind of like a little silly game that people play online. Well, I'm going to tell you what makes us unique and why it's important that I mention those brands. Because what we do is we help brand that small to mid-sized company in such a way that they become like those companies. Now let me tell you why it's so important. Let me take my brands off the board just for a little while. You know, I'm a shameless self-promoter. Don't really care what anybody has to say about that. But let me tell you a little bit why it's important that you understand 21st century branding. A lot of urban businesses, meaning Black and Latino businesses, just don't get social media. They don't get the internet. There are people who still have no email. About 52% of small businesses in this country have no website. So the very basic things are missing. So if you don't have the basic things in place, how can you be a 21st century company? How can you even compete? You can't. Simple as that. And what we do is we show you how to leverage those 21st century ideas, innovations, technology for a minimum amount of money and become a huge brand. And let me tell you why that's important. Let's talk about some of those companies that I mentioned to you. And let's kind of play a little game out loud. My question to you is this, everybody in the room. I want you to tell me when the company started and how much the company is now worth. If you think you know, just shout the numbers out. Otherwise, you know, I just kind of look at your faces and I'll put on the board myself. Facebook. When did Facebook get started? Anybody got any idea?
1997.
Very close. 2004. I appreciate you responding to that. Facebook started February 4th, 2004. How much is Facebook worth?
Millions.
Facebook is ago. Okay? Google. Everybody familiar with Google? When did Google get started? Most people probably don't know. So Google got started September 4th, which is 9/4/98. How much do you think Google is worth now? $395 billion. Run by a couple of 30-year-olds. Amazon, company that we are in alignment with, started in July 1994. How much do you think Amazon is worth? $122 billion with a B, dollars. First of all, do you see a trend? See a trend? There's a trend. Young company, lot of money. Young company, lot of money. Young company, lot of money. Let's go even younger. Candy Crush. All the young people. I'm talking about the 12-year-olds, the 20-year-olds. Candy Crush is a simple little game you play with your friends, mostly on Facebook, but you play it online. That company started April 12th, 2012. How much do you think that company is worth? $7.6 billion with a B. Are you starting to get the message? Swan Simpson Media Group, we've done it in the past. I started a company called Fusion Network Television. Now my concept and my idea was pretty much robbed by a larger company who's now making billions of dollars. So we're talking and negotiating how they're going to give me my share. But Fusion Network Television is a brand I started using the same concept, using internet, leveraging technology, and creating a company that's worth billions of dollars. I'm going to take some of this off the board because I really want to show you why it's important that you wake up and get into the 21st century. If you don't even have a website, if you don't have email, if you don't have the type of website that Google likes, then your website is just out there. You have to have a website that Google likes. And our company is certified to help you design a website that Google likes because we are a premier Google partner. Not only that, we are Google certified, meaning that we are trained and educated on the concept of advertising using Google. And Google certified us. There's a test that you have to take and you have to pass it. Everybody in the country doesn't have that certification. But let me show you the power, if you have not gotten it. Let me show you the power of the internet and leveraging it and technology and leveraging that technology to create a billion-dollar brand right out of your house. You don't need offices. You don't need to hire a bunch of people. You don't need to do any of that. What you need to do is leverage technology. All right, so let's talk about another brand that you may or may not be familiar with. I'm just going to show you, like I said, the power of the internet. I want to make sure I'm spelling this right. Gangnam Style. Anybody ever seen that video on YouTube? Gangnam Style. YouTube video. This is all it is. This is a video that was put up by a guy who was an out-of-work DJ. He had been hustling around Korea, of all places. He's Korean. He's been trying to figure out how to get jobs as a DJ. So he decided to make a video. This is the long and the short version of the story, of course. He decided to make a video, brand himself on the internet. And if you go to YouTube and look up this video, it's a goofy video. He's a goofy, weird looking kind of dude. But that's what makes it funny. It's funny. People laugh at it. Because video is more than just professionalism, corporate. Video does not even have to be professionally done to bring you in money. And let me show you how somebody with just a simple idea and the leverage of the internet is making money using video on YouTube, of all places, sitting in their house. When you get a chance to go, I was going to show the video, but I'm not going to, for the sake of time. He uploaded the video, uploaded it on July 15th, 2012. We're not talking very long though. He was an out-of-work Korean DJ. It took him 30 days to make up the silly little dance that he does in the video. 30 days to make up a dance. It's just him dancing in a silly little costume on the video. He said it took him about 30 days to make up that little silly dance. That is the most watched video in YouTube history, with 1.9 billion views. You know how much that video made him and Google? Because Google owns YouTube. Do you know how much money that made him and Google last year, 2013? I'm going to clear the board for it. This is just an everyday person who just took advantage of the internet, leveraging social media, and all of these opportunities that are out here that we're making excuses and using to talk about our friends and people we don't like, as opposed to using them and leveraging them to make millions of dollars. Stop using it for foolishness and use it to make some foolishness that makes some money. Because this video is pure foolishness, but I like it because it's funny and it ain't nothing to laugh at, because in 2013, that video, see those 2 zeros? Put a comma here. That's $8 million. Not bad for a goofy video, thought right off the top of your head, created in 30 days because he had to create the little silly dance to go with it, and just put it up on YouTube. Made $8 million. $8 million in 2013. Is that something that you would like to cash in on? Is that something that you would like the opportunity to use to leverage your business, your ideas, your company, your brand, and make $8 million? You may not land on 67 billion. You may not land on 300 billion. But can you land on 8 million? Absolutely. There's not a person in this room who would say no to $8 million. And I don't care how successful you are right now already. This is what we do. we solve a problem. Who are we? Who is Swan Simpson Media Group, and what do we do? First of all, we are branding strategists. That is who we are, branding strategists. What do? We create entertaining content. We don't make videos, we don't develop websites, we don't create web brands alone. We create entertaining content across the web, and we use entertaining content to leverage your brand as a business owner. How do we do that? We do that by partnering up with people like Google TV. And we create content that is entertaining by way of smart televisions. We create shows for smart TV. Simple as that. We create a show around your business, around your concept. We make you the star of the show, and it shows up in everybody's house that has a smart television in their house. And right now, our marketing partner goes into 38 million homes. So, working with us, we take your brand, create entertaining concepts and content, show your brand across smart TVs that are in 38 million households right now. That's who we are, what we do. Simple as that. Anybody got any questions about Swan Simpson Media Group? Okay, well, we're going to hold the questions until the end, right? Yolanda, we're going to hold the questions?
Yes.
Okay. All right. We'll hold the questions until the end. We do that through 2 brands so far. Moguls Magazine. We write about you in the magazine. We talk about you in the magazine. We feature you in the magazine. We put you on the cover of the magazine. Moguls Lifestyle Network.com. That's our website, one of them. We put your brand on the website. We market that fresh content that changes every single day to the business-minded urban professional. That is the Black and Latino entrepreneur across America. Another web portal of ours is whoisblackAmerica.com. Think of it as a black LinkedIn. You want to know who somebody is? You download this app. You can connect with any affluent black person in America. Not only that, you can connect with anybody that you want to reach in America. We're already, 6 degrees of separation?
Yeah.
It's based on that concept. This is just 3 of the methods that we use to deliver this solution. If you are still thinking old school, let me tell you what old school is for me. If you're still thinking old school, I am not being a cynic. I'm just telling you what's going on, what's happening. Let me ask you this. Is Google a Fortune 500 company? Is Google a Fortune 500? Now you think that. Is Google? What does Google really do? What is Google? Is Google a Fortune 500 company? You should probably be able to know the answer to that. The answer is yes, based on the numbers, but no, based on how they do business. How they do business is absolutely no, because they're not an old stuffy organization that runs on the old big blue concept. Big blue, meaning big blue, red ties, blue suits, gray suits, all of this stuffiness. But yes, because they made more money in 2013 than Exxon did. Exxon is one of the largest Fortune 500 companies in the world. One of the largest companies in the world, and the largest Fortune 500, one of the largest Fortune 500 companies. And Google made more money in 2013 than Exxon. So yes, financially, no, by how they do business. So Exxon oil, right, fuel. At some point, someone's going to come up with an idea that's going to put our need and dependency on foreign oil. It's going to shut it down, and then the big blues, like the Exxons, are going to go away also. So, old school. This is the last thing I'll talk about. And then we'll take some of those questions. All right, old school versus new school. Now, I know some of this is going to probably blow some people away. They're probably not going to agree. They're not going to like it, and that's okay. But this is why your business and some business in the urban community, the Black and the Latino community specifically, this is why that business is not gaining velocity. You know what the word velocity means? Speed, fast, quick. This is why we're still struggling as a community to try to catch up with everybody else, because of this old school versus new school type of thinking. Old school. Advertise on radio, newspaper, magazines. Magazines, depending on where they are still very viable, because magazines can be very niche-based or niche-based. So, advertise on radio, newspapers, and magazines. I put it here because it's quickly going away as we know it. And I should say print magazines, because that's what I mean specifically, because digital magazines are taking over. Magazines are not going anywhere. The digital magazines are taking over, however. Advertising on radio, newspaper, print magazines. Business cards and brochures. Lord, another person asked me for a business card. Yes, we have them. But guess what? They're outdated. It's old school. But it's common performance. I won't say courtesy. It's common behavior that people just ask you for a business card. Radio, newspapers, print magazines, business cards. Any other old school way of getting the word out about your brand that you can think of? Old school. Anybody, come on, you can jump out. It's okay to talk on the camera, it's all right. I know we told you to be quiet, but you're talking. Old school way of advertising. What people have normally done, we'll put it that way. I call it old school, but we'll call it the norm. What do people normally do when they advertise besides print magazines, radio, newspapers, business cards, brochures? What else?
Flyers.
Flyers, good one. What else? Good old-fashioned word of mouth. years. They already know me. They know who we are. They know our name. They know our name in the community. Word of mouth. Well, let me tell you. If you're still doing this, I'm going to add this because this is very much the truth. Yellow pages. We got yellow page in. Got a yellow page. And you laugh. Yeah, I would laugh too. But people used to spend $50,000 a month on a full page, 2 full pages, what they call a double truck, which is 2 full pages of a yellow pages ad in the phone book. They spent $50,000 a month on that. That's hard to believe nowadays. New school. You got blogs, you got websites, you got social media. Blogs, websites, social media. Forums, perfect. Forums. What else? What else is new school? Blogs, forums, websites, social media, video, which is also social media, like YouTube. The internet in general. This is your velocity right here. This is the game changer. People are looking for opportunity. This is a game changer. If you educate yourself on the opportunities that the internet present, you will understand how a company can start in a garage and be worth $67 billion like Facebook is worth. How a company started by a couple of kids right out of college with nothing more than the idea of what if people could search and find information quickly online. Google, $300 million. A game, Candy Crush, started in 2012 as a game that people play on Facebook. It's nothing but a game, a silly little game that's worth almost $7 billion. This is the game changer. This knows no race, no gender, no sexuality, no tall, no short, no English, no Spanish. This is the game changer. And you have to leverage this the right way. There's a right way and a wrong way. Swan Simpson Media Group is going to show you, teach you how to do it. We're going to do it for you and show you how we do it. Using all of this, people talk about word of mouth. See, we will take something that has the propensity to change people's entire life or the lives of people around the world. We have something that has a propensity to do that, and we'll use it for garbage, like gossip. We're on Facebook. We're on LinkedIn looking for a job rather than leveraging opportunities. As the CEO of my company, I can now communicate with the CEO of any other company that I so choose to communicate with. And it's apples to apples type of communication. And we don't leverage it for that. We're on LinkedIn looking for a job. We're not looking for the opportunity to leverage our individual brands. Some people came out today looking for a job. We're going to teach you how to leverage your brand and never look for another job. That this is your last stop. This is it. Because now you have become a brand and we're going to create some value and you're valuable now. So there are no more jobs. There are people who still look for jobs, who have not gotten the memo. And at some point, that's going to become obsolete. It is. It's going to become obsolete. Right now, because it's not completely gone away, people have gotten very comfortable. And they are not getting it when you've had ample time to get away from this. Because most of this is just about gone anyway. There are people over here trying to save themselves, companies. Remember the music industry? You remember them? Remember all the giants in the music industry? Remember before the Denny's, before the Master P's, and all those guys came in and the independents started distributing their own music? Remember how that happened, how the music business is no more now? There's only a couple of big labels standing. It's happening. You're either going to get left on the side of the road, run over on the road, or you're going to forever be riding in the back of somebody's truck. You make the decision. So, social media is not for gossip. Social media needs to be used to disseminate important information. Like what happened with Trayvon. Like what happened with the beating of that young couple down in Texas just the other day. Disseminate information like what happened in Egypt. The whole disruption of government. We need to use social media to disrupt business patterns that have been common in the Black and Latino communities. This is about disruption. It's about disrupting things. It's not about interruption, like, excuse me, may I? That's an interruption. A disruption is, get the hell out of my way. I'm here. That's a disruption. Changing the way you do business, changing your brand for the very best, leveraging all of this. Social media is how you get the word out about your business in the 21st century. This is the new word of mouth. So when I talk to business people and owners and people that say, hey, I don't need a Facebook page, I don't need a Twitter page, I don't need a Pinterest page, I don't need this or that page. I don't need it because I do business by word of mouth. How do you decide who you're going to do business with if you don't know who already has that type of business? Let's say you're looking for a place to wash your car. You're looking for a new doctor, a new dentist. You just moved in a neighborhood. Or you're looking for a new dry cleaner. You're looking for someone to change the oil on your car that's close by. What do? What do most people in this country do? The majority. They pick up what? Their tablet or their smartphone, and they search. They're not picking up the phone calling. Do you know a dentist? Do you know a web designer? Do you know a chiropractor? Do you know a doctor or a plastic surgeon that's close to my house? They're not doing that anymore. What they're doing is using smartphones and mobile devices and tablets. So if you have a website that has not been updated in 2 or 3 years, if you don't have a website at all, you're just not even on the roadmap. You have been run over already. You're not even on the side of the road. If you got a website that is not current and updated on an annual basis, or at least every 2 years, then you are just on the side of the road. If you don't have a website, then you are just roadkill. It's just that simple. You have been run over. You are going to be left behind. And I'm not talking about any old kind of website. A website that Google will recognize all of the algorithms, all of the on-page SEO, all of the off-page SEO, all of those little things and nuances that make Google like your site the reason it shows up on the searches. All of those things. And word of mouth, if you don't have word of mouth going on about your business using social media, Facebook is the #1 social media site in the world. So you at least need to be be on Facebook with your business. Now, I'm not talking about on there gossiping and talking about people. I'm talking about using it for your business. Twitter, likewise. If you have not put a social media platform, page, plan in place, then nobody's talking about your business anymore. It's just a matter of time before those voices that you've known as customers for the last 20 and 30 years, before they all start dying off, before they all start disappearing, before they all start going completely away, because there is no continuous word of mouth in the 21st century method of word of mouth. I'll end my presentation there. I know a lot of this scares a lot of business people. What do I do? Oh, do I run out and do this, and do I run out and do that? My answer to you is to give us a call. Talk to us about your business and some of the things that we're doing in the community to make things better, and to make things simple, and to make things easier, and to make it palatable, where you can understand it and digest it, and you don't even have to worry about it. Your lane is to run your business. Our lane is to help you brand it properly. And some people seem to forget, branding is very important. You can use Google purely to bring awareness to your business. And people think it's expensive. That's relative. You can brand your business using Google for $250 a month. That's not a lot when you think about it. And if you're a serious business person and you don't have a website, then nobody's going to take you serious. All this, my website is down. You know, people say that all the time. My website down. You go get the little cheap sites, the little free sites. Those sites might be good to display your work, but they're not helping you with any of your word of mouth, because Google does not read those sites the same way they read if you have your own URL, your own domain, as opposed to being a subdomain of some other company where you just got a free site attached to them. You're promoting their brand. That's why it's free. You are promoting their brand. And they're making the money versus you. And it's okay if you want to do that, because I understand in the community, we don't like spending money, but we want to make it. We don't like spending money, and we like to make excuses as to why we are behind. And it's always racism. They don't want us to, they won't let us do. When the reality is, it's ignorance and the unwillingness to be in the 21st century and not tell me about all this nonsense over here that does not work anymore. Why do you think business cards are $10? Remember when business cards used to cost $100, $200? Why do you think? It's a commodity now. It's a loss leader. You know what a loss leader is? A loss leader is a product that I use to lure you in to buy other stuff. Why do you think Vistaprint gives you 250 cards for $10? That's because they know they're going to bring you to their website and you're going to spend money on other things. A business card is like a piece of toilet paper. You can just pull it out and wipe your behind with it, because that's about all it's worth in the 21st century. And that's just real talk. Thank you so much for your time today. If you need to speak with me, I will be here afterwards. Do we have any questions that we want to put on camera? Yolanda, we got any questions that we want to do on camera?
Questions? A lot of companies and a lot of people say that they have these blogs, and they say that they're using these blogs and it's driving them traffic. But then I've heard a lot of people say that it's just an opinion and a lot of people don't pay attention to a blog. Can you kind of expand on that, on how important a blog is?
Yes. Like I showed on the board, blogs is one of the first things I wrote, because a blog allows you, as the owner of your business or your brand, to talk about you any way you want to be talked about. This is a place where you can just talk about your business, your brand, and or things as it relates to your business. You don't have to speak directly to your brand all the time. what you can do is talk about things of other interest to the people who may like your product, and at the very end of your blog, suggest your product as a solution. So it's very important. Blogs get a lot of traffic. I mean, blogging is huge in this country. I mean, think about the Huffington Post is nothing but a huge blog. I mean, and guess what? It's a major player in the media world now, but it's a blog. It's nothing but a connection of different blogs all put in one place. It's like mogulslifestylenetwork.com. We curate the same type of material. We take blogging from various places all over the web and bring it as it relates to what our audience wants to see all in one place. We've done the same thing. So it's very important, very good question as well. I think we're going to take the rest of the questions off camera. So thank you all for being here today. I appreciate it. Again, Swan Simpson Media Group. Give us a call. You have our cards. You got our number. Gave you a card so that you can have a takeaway. But I'm not very big on business cards. Thanks again.
And I am the CEO and founder of Wealth Blueprint. You ask, who is Wealth Blueprint? Well, we are here to help families and communities obtain the power of wealth financially, spiritually, and physically. What we do is we develop strategies which enable families and communities to live a better quality of life through tax strategization. We also have financial education as well as protection plans. We also are involved with Dream Visionation, where we help small businesses obtain the funding that they deserve. Usually in our community, banks are not lending to small businesses, so we found a market for the small and the medium-sized business owners to obtain funding with a 3-year program with a self-development, personally as well as financially, to establish the foundation for a sound, solid foundation for a business. We also work with MyEcon, where we work with personal development as far as financial literacy. We teach you how to use the job that you have or the business you have to eliminate the debt and start investing and creating wealth. We're all about being happy financially, physically, and spiritually. So thank you for visiting Wealth Blueprint.